Welcome. This is the Miracle Magnet podcast, where we share stories of everyday, extraordinary humans realizing great things in their lives. I am your host, Laura Magahi, and I can't wait for you to listen and be inspired by these people who are turning pain points into positives and letting the good ripple out. Come learn and see how you too can be a miracle magnet. We have with us today Patrycja, who is an incredible magnetic manifester herself. And she is here to inspire us, to share with us her big manifestation and how her life is now. So Patrycja, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Hi, Laura.
Thank you. I'd love to learn a little bit about you, Patrycja, just before we start off, so our listeners can just get familiar with you.
Okay, so I'm from Poland, and for last 20 years, I'm teaching in schools around the world. I'm specialized in early childhood education, and I'm teaching in French. But above all, I'm a writer, and I'm a published author of contemporary novels. And I'm also a mom, and that's about me.
Thank you for sharing. So any authors out there, listen in. This is for you. But yeah, like just a little bit of everything. But overall, you love to express yourself through writing. So, and that's what this is about.
Exactly.
All right. So tell us, a little bit about your big manifestation. Let's hear where you are now with your journey.
Okay, so I have to start with few years ago, because I started to write 15 years ago, and it was going pretty well for me. And 7 years ago, my son got sick, and I just have to gave up writing for a few years. And then when I felt ready, I came back to it, but I felt it was not like before. It was different, and I didn't really feel happy and myself like I did before. And so that was the moment I decided to do something, to look for an answer and for a way to be happy again, to feel good again. And that's when I saw that you were doing this great coaching with thinking to results, and decided to join you and decide to take my life in my hands. So yes, that's the beginning. This is how it started. And if you're talking about last manifestation, well, it took me a while, because it took me like almost a year to prepare myself and to really understand what do I want. Because, like when you think about it, just I want to be happy. Yes, everyone wants to be happy, but what that means for you. So I just understood I have to trust myself, because you can trust universe or people around you or people you love, but if you don't trust yourself, it's not going to happen. So I started again all the program again from the beginning.
So Patrycja, we'll just pause there a second.
Yeah.
Just to share with our listeners a little bit about the program. So Patrycja was sort of a mentorship program with me, and it guided her through a series of lessons and a series of questions that she would then sort of work on herself at her rhythm. And it sort of has brought her to this point. So it stirred all that up for her and gave her some direction. Patrycja, I think that's the program you're talking about. And so it gave you some tools and some guiding questions to help you really come back to what is it that you really want. Yeah, super important.
Exactly. Yes. And then so I started to work on it like on everyday basis, like every day to to be able to bring what's inside of me, what was always inside of me, to outside. And just trying things, like just trying some things from the program, and give it like, what do you have to lose? Like nothing. So you just give it a try. And I did. And just one day, this email appears in my inbox, of my writer inbox, and it's a new publisher who is interested by my books. And you can say, okay, it's just happened, it's just the coincidence, like out of nowhere. But I don't think so. Now I don't think so, because you attract positive things when you become a positive person, and when you ask for positive things. So now I'm sure I just attracted them, with all the work I did on my own, with myself. So yeah, this is what happened. And then we started to talk about contract and publishing, and maybe 2 months after we did. So it's a big win for me. It's something very, very like, it's real. It happened. And I signed this contract, and now I'm working on it. So yeah, that's just something. Yeah, a big win. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love how you said that. It's one of my favorite words, win. Yeah, there's just so much to unpack there, Patrycja. But I think, like, earlier you were saying to, well, first, congratulations, huge congratulations. But yeah, sometimes we have to hit like a real low, like a few years back. So you have to really hit, a low in yourself before you can start to sort of come back up. And that's, life is mountains and valleys. And but love that you are on the top now. You are peaking. That's awesome. So you're currently feeling, so we have those like low lows, and then, with this manifestation, you're feeling about yourself, about your efforts. How do you feel?
I feel powerful. I feel like I'm the one who is in charge. And that's very important, because we often blame like the past, or someone or something that we didn't do, or we did wrong. And no, it doesn't make sense anymore. Like you are responsible for your life and for your thoughts, and what you are thinking and what you are feeling. Then it becomes reality. And how do I feel? I feel happy, powerful. I feel like I'm in my element. I'm doing what I was always supposed to do. It's not always easy, but I like to be challenged. That's a part of my goal also, because if you're not challenged, that's boring. I don't like to. So I feel good. I just feel good, and I feel that I can achieve even more. That's the interesting part.
Yeah, amazing. Magnet to everything good. I love how you how you described to the not being easy, because I don't want to, like, coat this over and say that this sort of journey is really easy all the time. It's not. There's a lot of joy, but it's work and effort and, consistency, showing up for yourself even when it's difficult. So I think that's really important to to highlight too, is that it's, but there's this like determination and this commitment when you know that it's your path and you know that it's your calling. So yeah, I love that. I can't wait to see what comes more from you.
Mean, at one point in my life, I felt that I need to grow. You need to grow in order to be happy. And for me, in growing, there's a challenge. There's always a challenge in growing. So yeah, I think this is what I meant.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And so why, I think you alluded to this,
Mm-hmm.
but in encouraging others, inspiring others to manifest also their big dreams. And of course, we're manifesting all the time little things in how we are and what we're thinking, but these big ones, these powerful ones. Why was it important for you to really bring this sort of authorship, to the surface, and why was it important for you to reignite it as a goal, as your main goal, being an
Well,
author, a published author?
because I mean, it was not that was not even a main goal for me, because
Mm,
I was already published before, and so
mm,
let's say I could say, oh, done, checked. So that's not even the biggest goal. The biggest goal is to have this feeling,
mm,
that I have when I'm working on a book, or I'm working with the publisher, and to have this feeling of creating something
mm,
at the beginning of my own, because I'm a storyteller. So all the stories are born in my head, and I'm alone in my head. So, but then to have this exchange with others. So with authors, it's a tricky process, because you write on your own, then you work with the publisher. It's a short amount of time, but then the book is going to the readers, and then you can sometimes, if you're lucky, exchange with your readers. And for me, that's the greatest part, because then
mm,
you see different perspectives, and
mm,
different ways to understand what you created. But it's this feeling of sharing
mm,
your ideas, and
mm,
sharing your way of telling the story, and sharing your story. And it could be anything in your life. It doesn't have to be books, but just to have this exchange with other people who like the same thing. I'm passionate about writing and books, and so people reading my books, I know that they like to read, so
mhm,
they like stories I'm writing, or
yeah,
maybe not so much, but then
mhm,
we can exchange about it. And that this feeling was my goal, and it's still my goal. I
mm,
before we were recording this, I had a meeting with my publisher, and we exchanged about new books and everything, what I'm doing, and it was just great.
mm.
Woke up at 6 a.m. this morning, because I was waiting for this so
Oh,
much. Couldn't sleep yesterday, because
yeah.
that drives me. I mean, this is what I'm living for,
That helps you come alive, that kind of thing, that sort of
Exactly.
buzzing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you for articulating that, Patricia. I think that's really important to know. Like it made me think of in this process of manifestation, a lot of the time they say you have to let go of the how and the exactly what. Like the exactly what likely will look different than what you kind of, because the universe is unlimited and it has far more ways to bring good into our lives than we can, from our little perspective imagine. So it's like letting go, like wanting that feeling, wanting that community, wanting to express yourself in a certain way.
hmm
But you can't say, I only want it this way. It's going to come how the universe, wants it to show up. And that's that big, I think, importance of awareness when we practice presence and mindfulness awareness, because you can see those little moments, those little connections as significant.
definitely.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Beautiful. Thanks for explaining that. Um, was there a moment you did describe earlier about sort of maybe about last year, the process when you were going through sort of this personal development sort of boost again? Were there particular moments in there where you that helped you realize your manifestation, like certain things that you were doing in particular that were really impactful for you?
Well, at the beginning, I was very, like, let's say, careful about how and what and when I was doing manifestations. I mean, at the beginning. And I was not sure about you know, what I felt comfortable with. And at the beginning, I remember, because I'm someone who can spend hours lying down and just thinking. Like, that's my specialty, you know. So that's not something that will scare me, but I don't have all this time but to do this. But I was thinking, okay, just concentrate, imagine that you are this person and you are doing this or that already, just have this feeling. And I remember I was driving around one day, and I was just behind the wheel and saying to myself, oh, wouldn't be wonderful if you were driving now, for example, for a meeting with your publisher,
Oh,
just to announce that, yes, you will sign the contract, or you will sign the contract for Netflix adaptation of your story, you know, something like really, really, really big. And so just pretend that you're going there. And I was not going there. I was going shopping, or I don't know, you know. But I was just imagine, just dare to feel this thing. And I did. And oh my God, I don't even remember how I got to the store. I don't. But I was so
amazing.
happy. I felt
Amazing.
so incredibly happy all day after that. I just couldn't stop imagining. This is how it started. Then I went for more and other things, like this, you know, repetition of there's a word for it, I forgot.
The affirmations, or
Yes, I mean, when you repeat the same sentence or thing, you can even record yourself to listen to it.
yeah, kind of like your affirmation or a mantra,
Yes,
or yeah.
yes. And then I just tried that. And at the beginning it was very, very strange, but then it just worked for me. So
Mm.
yeah, it's at the beginning it's strange a little bit, but then you just go with it and it works or not. But for me it worked really easily
It kind
finally.
of it kind of becomes your new normal. Like you
Hmm.
kind of reset yourself, and it becomes you.
Yeah.
I think those are a couple key aspects of manifestation, are the act as if. You have to sort of project yourself forward and embody the persona of that person that you want to be. And I love your ideas. I'm excited for you. That's a big goal. The Netflix, that's really neat. Um or adaptation, I should say, because you can't
Yeah.
control the how. But yeah, I think that's really neat. But yeah, so the act as if you are that person and invoke all those feelings, and then that creates that vibration, and so that's how the universe can match us, right, when we're in that next phase.
Yeah, and
And
when you're talking about vibrations, you remember we talked about it like last time when we were together. Even saying it out loud with your own voice and hearing it from inside, because when we talk we hear two voices, like inside of your body and what's coming out of your mouth. This is a very powerful tool. So I tried this, and the same at the beginning is like a little bit strange doing
mhm,
it,
mhm,
and
mhm,
then
mhm.
it becomes so natural and so inspiring that, yeah, why not try? Why not to try? So yeah, I did, and it helps me a lot. Mm.
Oh, fantastic. And the positive self-talk as well. I think we're quite quick in general to sabotage ourselves. And I think paying attention to the language we choose, that it really boosts our esteem and our morale, and it really, projects us forwards towards our dreams and our goals. And then other people feel that. That's the beautiful thing. Like, just having this conversation with you, I'm already feeling like so happy and excited.
Yeah, good,
Good,
thank you.
yeah, good vibrations.
Mhm.
Um, and then so that creates like a better world, right? When each of us takes care of ourselves individually, and then collectively we all feel better. So I think we have that sort of
And
obligation to better ourselves and pursue or personal development, professional development too. um Yeah, it's beautiful.
It also attracts like other people. Like, for example, when all this started, just last month, I was thinking about, okay, so how, I will have to promote my new books and everything. I'm not so good in social media and promoting. Uh, Part of this will be done, of course, by my publisher, but I need to do my part too. And I was just scrolling on my phone on social media, and I just see like very nice posting from my hometown and in Poland, saying, "Oh, that's interesting." And then I find out that's made by a friend of mine that I lost contact for many, many years. We were studying together. And so I write to her saying, "Oh my gosh, I saw what you are doing, and it's really nice. I love it. It's really well done, very professional also." And she's saying, "Oh yeah, thank you. It's good hearing from you." And then we realize, she's saying, I came back to our hometown because she left also for many years. And she's now in her hometown, and I'm saying, "Oh, I will be there in 1 week." And so we decide to meet, and then we decide to maybe help each other and work together in the future. I mean, how how is that possible?
That's
At this
amazing.
time, just
Yeah.
this is what happened, and we're gonna work on it, and it's just amazing. I sometimes I just sit and think, how the heck is that possible? And yeah,
Oh,
it
it's
is.
incredible. It's like because you're in that vibration, right? You're in
Hmm.
that world now. And so
Hmm.
you're noticing all the possibilities. You've changed your lens also on the world of possibility rather than to be closed. It's you see things as potentials. You're sort of inquiring and curious. I love that word too. Curious. You're curious.
Yeah,
How can this connection, this situation, this post, how can that help me, and how can I help
exactly.
them? And yeah, that's beautiful, Patricia. That's fantastic. I love this. Why should a listener be inspired by your story?
It's just that, you can think like, oh, you know, um, I don't have like this opportunity to have this work done with myself. And, that seems like complicated or not my vibe, or I don't know. But finally, I think all this process is something achievable for everyone. Why could I be inspiring? Because I feel that I am I'm in charge of my life. I
Mm,
always wanted to be in charge of my life,
mm,
and now I am. So don't think about like writing or publishing, just in any other sense,
yeah,
or domain in your life. Just, if I did it, you can do it, but you have to work on it. It's like it doesn't come like this
yeah,
on its own. You have to work it.
yeah, yeah. Work on yourself, right? It's like really a
Yes.
journey, an inwards journey to be able to express like this
Yeah.
in the outer world. And I think it was Bob Proctor who had said, stop thinking about all the reasons why you can't, and
Mhm.
think about, you notice all the reasons why you can and you should. So I think that's exactly
Exactly.
it, is not to let that outer world control you or us, and realize that we have the power within to direct our lives.
Exactly.
And you're
Yeah.
you're doing it. We're going to see
Mhm.
fantastic things from you, Patricia. Any final remarks, I guess, that you would give somebody about sort of advice if they're on their manifesting journey, or they're just sort of inquiring into it? Any top tips or good advice?
um yeah, just don't let anyone or anything unmotivate you.
Mm,
Just don't give up. Just keep doing it. Don't
mm,
stop.
mhm,
Keep doing
mhm,
it.
mhm,
And just like, that's a quote that I found like many years ago, but I still keeping it with me. It's like create a life you can't wait to wake up to. That's the thing.
Beautiful.
This is what I'm doing now, like really. And that's, this is what we want, And life is short, so don't wait. Don't wait.
That's perfect. Patrycja, we will finish there. Thank you. So I'm
Thank you,
so
Laura.
thrilled to have you. Oh, my pleasure. If people are looking to stay in touch with you and sort of follow your journey, is there somewhere they can find you?
No, I have an author account on Instagram and Facebook as Patrycja Gryciuk, and I will send it to you so you
Perfect.
can. That
we
will
will
be
share
great.
that below. So if you're interested in following Patrycja's authoring expression, self-expression, community journey, you can find it down below. Thank you so much for being with us and sharing your incredible story. We love you and we're cheering you on.
Thank you, Laura. It was a pleasure. Thank you. Take care.
Bye for now. Thank you ever so much for tuning into this recent episode of the Miracle Magnet podcast, where we aim to inspire everyday people to be extraordinary in their own lives, in their own ways. You can continue this good magnetism by forwarding this podcast episode to a friend whom you think might benefit, or perhaps even share with us your very own miracles.